Hey, what's up? This is Chosen. Hope you're having a fantastic day. This is going to be a Raid Shadow Legends video talking about what spending tier is what and what spending tier do you fall in relation to the offer calculator that we've developed on our website and that I use for the daily pack grade to try and advise people on the optimal spending habits based on the tier they fall in. So I've had a lot of comments, recently kind of confused about this. Like, why are you so harsh on an offer here? And why do you only recommend it for like these kind of players? So I thought it would make sense to lay this out, and I should actually get this on the website on the offer calculator at some point soon here as well. That way people know exactly how I'm advising in my videos, because I'll usually say things like, oh, this offer makes sense if you're in like the low to mid spending tier, or this offer makes sense if you're in the high spending tier and stuff like that. So I want to make sure and keep you in the loop on exactly what I mean when I'm grading packs like that. So let's get into it. Alrighty, so first of all, let's start this off by plugging in the monthly pack, because that is something that's very consistent. It's never changed for years. It's like since the launch of Raid, this has been a very stable pack, and it's a pack that a lot of people are curious about. So I want to plug this in and show you kind of how this type of stuff breaks down based around kind of like a super consistent offer in game. And boom, there we go. I've got this plugged in and it grades out as a 1.57, which is great. And we're working on color coding this as well, so it'll like light up green or whatever, or different colors based on the offer tier. But yeah, so when I say like the monthly pack makes sense for anybody who's in the medium to high spending tier, that is why we kind of code it to make sense like that. But what exactly are those tiers, and how do you know, like what does that even mean, is what I'm going to break down now in this video. So right here is a little graphic that I put together, and now a lot of this is estimating based on my objective opinion. This isn't some peer-reviewed study that I did of Sensor Tower data, trying to get spending habits of players. This is just me over the last 4 years in the Raid community, talking with both free-to-play players and top players, and just trying to kind of do my best to estimate for you in terms of how I grade these packs. But yeah, so obviously you've got your free-to-play players that are never going to spend anything. It's a hard cap. It doesn't matter how good the offer is. They're playing Raid free-to-play, and they're never going to buy anything. Then you have like your thrift shoppers, where like if there's a pack that's incredible, some of those packs that grade out as like a 3 or a 4 and it's $2.99, they might be like, oh, okay, well, I'll jump in and buy this. Like if they get 5 void shards for $3 or something, they might be like, okay, this one I'll go ahead and do. So like those once every like 2 or 3 month god tier offers is something the thrift person would buy. Then you have your low spenders. These are the people that will buy the 101% mini mix packs and like the special like Black Friday, Thanksgiving Day, awesome offers that Plarium throws out every now and then. They're willing to purchase those and some of the best things available in game. Then you get to your medium spenders. Now these are the people that would buy like the monthly pack and the gem pack every month. And this is like that tier where they're willing to spend 50 to 100 bucks a month and scoop up kind of all the most efficient stuff in the game. And that would be kind of the tier that I fall in as of right now in my state of playing Raid. Then you shift to the high tier, and this would be like the tier that I was in for like the first year or two that I played Raid. I was really going hard in the progression phase of my account and willing to buy really any pack that graded out as above average, because I was willing to spend like $250 to $300 a month and really try to progress as fast as possible. So my first like 2 years, I was probably in this high tier, and then nowadays I'm probably right here in this medium tier now that I've kind of gotten past the progression phase and my account is settling down a little bit. Then you have like your whales. These are the people that are doing really well in CVC, and they're always able to pull shards every single event. They're going to be buying every single shard pack that is above average and makes sense, and really kind of anything that isn't awful, they're going to be in the market to buy, because their budget goes all the way up to like $1,000 a month. And then you have your Krakens. These are the people that are in like the top 5 clans. These are the people that have the +4 legendaries all over the arena, and the people that have spent like $40, $40, $50, $60,000 on the game, and they're willing to go absolutely bananas. And then over on the right, I tried my best to break down the percentages. It's going to be a little bit different than that, obviously, but I was thinking about 30% are just completely free to play and will never spend. 25% are thrift shoppers. 20% are in the low spending tier. 15% medium, 8% high, and then like your top 2% of players would be like the whales and the krakens. So then if we go back to that monthly pack, you can see this grades out as a 1.57. So that means when I'm in my videos and I say like, okay, you know, this monthly pack or a pack that grades out about similar to that 1.5, this is going to make sense for anybody kind of in that low, medium to high range right here. This would make sense for them, and anybody that's a high spender obviously would be purchasing the monthly pack, but it would scale all the way up to about this medium tier. It's not quite at a 1.47. It's not quite good enough for a person in the low spending tier. They're going to be looking for something more in line with like the monthly gem pack, where you're spending like the $10 for 2,400 gems, and that would grade out way better than this monthly pack that we have plugged in. But that's kind of how I try to determine, based on like, okay, how is your budget going to extrapolate over the course of a whole month, and what tier are you in, and where would it kind of make sense for an offer grade for you to purchase. And you know what, now that I'm sitting here talking, I think a good thing to add for this chart and for the offer calculator would be like the minimum threshold of consideration. So like for a thrift shopper, what would need to be the score of an offer plugged in the calculator for you to consider buying? So off the top of my head, I'll sit down and plan this out and do a better job of laying it out. But off the top of my head, I would say for a thrift shopper that you're looking for like a 2.0 and above before you consider purchasing, maybe even like a 2.4, 2.5, some of those god tier offers. For a low spender, I would say anything over like a 2.0, you're gonna be thinking about buying, because they're not very common. It's only like maybe once or twice a month that we get an offer coming through the shop that's over a 2.0 on the calculator. Then for the medium, I would say anything over a 1.5. So the medium is like borderline on the monthly pack. It's like, it's close. Then for high, I would say anything over like a 1.1 or 1.2. So for a high spender, obviously that monthly pack at a 1.47 would make perfect sense. For a whale, it would be like literally anything over a 1. Like anything that's above average, you're gonna dive in and scoop it up as a whale. And then for a kraken, that's a completely different. It's just whatever their account needs at that certain time. It doesn't really matter what it grades out for. It would be kind of like my initial off the top breakdown, but I am gonna recording this, kind of realize that would be a good thing to lay out and then put that on the offer calculator so that people know like, okay, I'm in this tier, so what type of offers should I be considering based on my budget and how we understand that Plarium is going to feed us packs. So there we have it, just a fun one here on a Sunday, because I've gotten a lot of questions around this. And yeah, remember to subscribe on your way out if you enjoy daily Raid Shadow Legends content. Also, let me know down below, what tier do you fall in? Are you a thrift shopper? Are you a kraken? I always enjoy knowing what the viewers are doing in terms of their habits out there compared to me. Like I said, I'm probably in the medium tier right now, which ends up working out pretty well for grading offers, because like I'm not like on either end of the spectrum. I'm kind of in the middle there, so I can kind of relate to hopefully most people when I'm grading packs, and kind of give you the perspective of how I'm looking at things here, trying to spend efficiently. And I know for me personally, the monthly pack does end up like right on that borderline. Like some months I buy it, some months I don't. So that kind of tells me I am right in like that tier where the 1.4, 1.5 stuff is borderline. I usually like to see it get closer to like that 1.6, 1.7. So I would probably be like the low medium. I'd probably be like $60, $65 a month average at this point. I kind of scoop up the gem pack, and then like the best offer of the month that I kind of see come to the shop would be where I'm at typically. But yeah, let me know where you stand, and I will work on continuing to fine tune this and make it better and get it on our offer calculator website so that we can continue to make that as good of a resource as possible. So have a good rest of your day. I appreciate all of you. Thanks for watching. I'll see you soon in the next video. Peace.